As a dentist, has a patient ever lied to you? I had this 9-year-old boy come in with his father. First appointment at our practice. The kid's mouth was a disaster. Multiple untreated cavities, severe gingivitis, and a cracked molar that made me wince. His father was this polished businessman type. Expensive suit, designer watch, and ironically, a perfect smile of his own. He explained they'd just moved from overseas and hadn't found proper dental care yet. Seemed reasonable enough. Throughout the intake, the father answered every question before his son could speak. We brush twice daily, floss every night, no sugary snacks. All the right answers from a man whose son's mouth told a completely different story. Something felt increasingly off. The boy wouldn't make eye contact and flinched whenever I moved my hands near his face. When I asked simple questions like, "Does this hurt?" he'd look at his father before answering with a quiet no, even when I could tell it obviously did. I noticed a pattern in the decay, oddly concentrated on the left side. Most children with poor dental habits show symmetrical damage. During x-rays, I saw why. His jawbone showed a healed fracture, consistent with blunt force trauma. My hygienist noticed it too. She caught my eye with that look we unfortunately know too well. Something was very wrong here. I needed to separate them. I asked the father if he wouldn't mind filling out additional insurance forms in the waiting room. "Just bureaucracy," I explained with my most reassuring smile. "These overseas transfers can be tricky." He seemed annoyed but complied. The moment the door closed behind him, the atmosphere changed instantly. "You're doing great," I told the boy softly. "I just need to ask you a few more questions about your teeth. Is that okay?" He nodded slightly, still not making eye contact. My hygienist stood by the door, ensuring we'd have warning if the father returned. "I noticed some of your teeth look like they've been worked on before," I said carefully. "Did you see another dentist recently?" Tears welled up immediately in his eyes. His small hands gripped the armrests. "Dad says dentists are expensive," he whispered. "He fixes my teeth himself when they hurt too much." My stomach dropped. "How does he fix them?" I asked, dreading the answer. "With pliers from the garage," he said, a tear rolling down his cheek. "He tells me to be brave like a soldier. If I cry too much, I get in trouble." My blood went cold. Those weren't random cavities. What I was seeing were amateur extractions, broken teeth from improper removal, and untreated infections. Without alarming the boy, I asked my hygienist to get him a special toothbrush from our children's treasure chest, our code for contacting authorities. She slipped out while I kept him engaged, asking careful questions about his home life, his school, documenting everything. He gradually opened up more, telling me about having to hide his pain, about garage dentist nights when his father would drink and decide his son's tooth pain needed immediate resolution. Meanwhile, my receptionist kept the father occupied with insurance complications, apologizing profusely for the system errors, requiring additional forms. When the boy showed me a molar his dad had tried to extract 3 times, leaving a jagged root that had become infected, I had to maintain my professional composure while feeling physically ill. The infection was dangerously close to spreading to his bloodstream, something that could have been life-threatening if left untreated much longer. I documented everything, took additional photos, and prepared the evidence as we waited. The boy seemed almost relieved to finally tell someone, as if a weight was lifting. 20 minutes later, Child Protective Services arrived with a police officer. The father's perfect smile vanished entirely when he realized what was happening. He immediately became hostile, demanding to see his son. "This is outrageous!" he shouted in the waiting room. "You have no right!" When they explained the situation, he was arrested on the spot. His carefully constructed facade crumbled as they let him out in handcuffs. The boy started treatment that week, now living with a foster family